Hello there everybody, how's it going? I hope you'll do very well indeed. This is myself, Matty Tomato. It's been a while since I've uploaded anything on the channel, but I thought since I'm going to make a little bit of a comeback because it has been ages, how about we play something vintage, something retro, something from the PlayStation 1 era. Let's play TOCA Touring Car Championship, 1990s style. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do a championship here. We're actually going to do a proper championship. We won't do a full championship. We'll probably go with the half championship because it is a bit shorter. But nevertheless, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a playthrough with this game. This is absolute vintage, this. I mean, my God, I haven't played this in God knows how long. But let's go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead, enter the championship. New game. So we can do a full championship, but we'll do a short one. The main difference really is the number of laps in the races. The full championship has a hell of a lot of laps, but I kind of like doing it the short way because actually you get less time to catch up to people if you screw it up, that sort of thing. Let's go. Look at this old Donington. Yeah, okay. Right, so the leading cars at the time were probably the Renault and the Audi, perhaps followed by the Honda, so the Honda wasn't too far behind. So we're going to pick something that's maybe lower down the order here because there won't be so much expectation on us. I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to go with the Vauxhall. I think that's kind of cool, the Vauxhall Vectra. Look at that, bloody hell, absolute old school. Right. So, let's begin then. So, it has been a while since I've uploaded, I do realise that. I've been extremely busy. For those of you who are wondering where the FIFA 13 playthrough has gone, don't worry about that. Basically, Katie's skydive has been postponed. That is the only reason why I haven't done anything for that. So, we're just waiting for a new date before I start trying to raise money again for her cause. Anyway, the first round is Donington Park. There's 2 rounds to start, so you do round 1 and round 2, basically in the same place. And here we are, and the first one is at Donington. That's our car right there. I doubt we will start at the front of the grid in any of these races. So you can see rounds 1 and 2. You have to qualify for each one. If you skip qualifying, then you start at the back of the grid. Let's not do that. So maybe let's have a little feel for the... better make sure I go into analog mode for this because otherwise I've got to use the D-pad. There we go. Right. Okay. Super. I also didn't pause there, so that means that we've already wasted this lap. Oh, my joystick is a little bit sticky. Right. It's been a while since I've actually used the PS3. So yeah, this is being played on the PS3. Oh boy, I'm going a little bit finicky here. Actually, not doing too bad to start with here, even though this is a complete waste of a lap. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm getting the feel for this fairly quickly, actually. As I said, it's been ages. When I used to play on PS1, this used to be like, because the PS1 was really sort of bulky, like the controller was a bit bigger, but also the joystick was not as sensitive as they are these days, so making these turns is actually quite okay. Ooh, he says as he bloody spins it out, but it doesn't matter, this is a bad lap anyway. I get 3 goes to try and qualify. With a good time, so I get 3 laps, so I might just try and get used to the circuit a little bit more here. I do actually know the Donington circuit quite well. I've done a lot, when I was a youngster I always used to play on this circuit and I just remember it. But obviously I never really used to go too far into the game, and I don't think I've ever actually finished the game, so I've never done the championship all the way through to the end. I certainly don't remember, so probably after this, after Donington, I'm probably going to start stuffing up, so this is probably going to be the best it's going to get, just because I do not remember any of those tracks. That being said, there are 2 rounds at each set of tracks, so maybe after the first round I might get used to it. So the idea being that in the second round of each race, I'm probably going to do better, just because I know the circuit a bit more at this point. Right, so let's actually take this, so this lap is going to be a bit more of a serious one here, because obviously I didn't pause the game when I changed the analog there, but this time I'm going to go for a bit of a pegger, and see how we get on. And he says that, oh, nearly stuffed it up there, but yeah, I'm still going to lose time there compared to everybody else, in terms of where we're going to start on the grid. Saying that, you know, so the 16 cars, I would be quite happy with 10th. You know, I don't want to be at the back of the grid, but at the same time, you know, being in the midfield can be kind of fun. hate it when you run into other cars in qualifying when you're trying to put in a good lap. Luckily that Honda didn't get too much in the way, although I would have liked to have actually taken the racing line that he used. Ooh, slam the brakes on a bit there. Cut across there, that'll be okay. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Okay. Ooh, a little bit too late on the brakes there. I think I stuffed that up. Only managed 50 miles an hour around that bend. Yeah, could have done better. But yeah, this is proper video. I remember playing this when I was young. My dad played it first. This game used to belong to my dad, but I got into it. I was never that good at it, but okay, 135 there. That's not too bad. Again, I think that's probably enough for maybe 12th on the grid, but I reckon we could maybe do better. Oh yeah, I made it round there a little bit faster last time, so I think I'm a little bit up. And of course, it was at the bottom here where I stuffed it up. Right, get out of the way, Mr. Ford. Oh, much better. Okay, yeah, right. We're 2 seconds up. So if we can get a couple of extra seconds, it might be the difference between something like 12th place and then maybe, you know, 9th or 8th. Assuming I don't cock up anymore. Right, I think we're onto a run here. This is a good one. So far, anyway. Can I make this one at 100? 96, I think. 95, maybe. Now, there is a potential here to go for a ludicrous cut across the grass at this bend here. But if you get it wrong, you are in so much trouble. But I still made it through there, initially at about 90, but ended up pulling out at about 70, so that wasn't particularly great. Oh, took that a bit wide. That might cock up the rest of the lap. But I still think I'm going to get an improved time compared to the second one. Maybe only about 5 seconds, but... Oh, I've just spun out. Oh, dear. It's going to be more like 2 seconds, I think. Yeah, okay, so it's still an improved time there. That's okay. I don't know where that's going to put us. It's actually going to put us in 4th. Oh, my God. I was not expecting to be that high, and that's the difference there. So I had a lap of 135, which would have put me in 8th, and getting those couple of extra seconds, in fact it's barely 2 seconds, has put me up to 4th. So I'm right in the mix at the start here. Our teammate is all the way down there in 13th, and the worst one was 2 minutes 11, so we did actually have quite a leeway there. But here we go. So we need 20 points at this venue. And the 20 points is basically the minimum that we need across the 2 races to proceed to the next round. I was a little bit slow off the line there because I was too busy concentrating on explaining the point system. I think a win is 15 points, second is 12, but I can't remember what the breakdown is after that. We've actually lost a place there, but I'm going to charge straight through the back of the Renault on the turn. That was probably a bit dicey. May possibly have been pretty close to getting a warning for that one. There's actually a bit of a gap behind me here. I'm going after the Renault, but the Renaults are quick. They are real fast in this game. The Renaults were the big hitters at the time. They were the top racers. Jason Plato and is it West? I can't remember his first name. Oh, I've taken that turn a bit quick, and I'm right up the arse of the Renault. Get out of the way, but I've gone onto the grass. That's made me lose some time there. There's actually no one behind me here. Round the outside. Lovely manoeuvre there. Oh, come on. He might come back at me here because I didn't get a... okay, we got some time. Remarkably, we're in first place here. So let's see whether we can build any kind of lead. The only problem that I did find that I remember with this is it doesn't actually tell you how far ahead of the nearest car behind you is, and that is something that would be very, very useful to know. I imagine maybe later games, like the later racing, probably did tell you that, but it doesn't actually tell you that in this game. It only told you how far behind you were if you were behind another car, which is slightly annoying. But so far, that lap was pretty good. Started in 4th, lost a place right on the first corner. Dicey move when we went into the first corner, caught up with the Renault, and eventually did a lovely overtake on the outside. So it's going to be about maintaining this lead now and keeping the car on the road, keeping it slick, making these bends, just easing the car around whilst at the same time getting lots of speed. I made that one at 112, which is pretty good. Oh, took that a bit wide though. Oh, gee, you can never let up with the concentration with this game. It's very sensitive. And I've gone and spun it. Just as I say about concentration, I've gone and spun it into that corner. Took it way too quick. Back onto the track, but I imagine I will... Oh, I'm surprised I wasn't caught there. I can't actually see anybody. So I'm not, maybe something happened to one of the Renaults. Maybe he took off. Maybe he did something similar. The AI does do that in this game. They do have random moments where they actually go spinning off. It is a thing. I want to have a go at this. Oh, nearly lost it. Jesus Christ. I don't think I want to do that again. I did nearly lose it there. And of course, you do go right across that big patch of gravel as well, which doesn't half slow you down. I've just spun it badly there as well. My God. The advantage with this bit is you can see over the wall. There's the Honda, and I think the Renault was actually in second. So the Renault's a lot closer than we think here. Even though we can't necessarily see it, but that's probably due to the fact that it's old school graphics. But he's probably fairly close behind here. We're halfway through the race, and that's why I like doing short championship, because I think the pressure is on when you're doing a shorter championship. So the long, full championship, I believe this is like a 24 lap race if you do the full championship. But only having 6 laps is you know, you screw it up and you don't have a lot of time to get back into it. And conversely, I think it makes it a little bit more exciting that way. And also it means, you know, if you screw it up on the second lap in a full championship, you've got 22 more laps to fix your problems. Whereas here, if you stuff it up on the second lap, you've only got 4 laps to fix your problems. So it's just a little bit more challenging, I think. So I'm quite happy that I've gone with the short one here, but also it makes the races a little bit shorter as well. I mean, we're halfway through this one. We're about 12 minutes into the video, and of course we did just do an introduction. So each race probably about 20 minutes. So it also keeps the video fairly short as well, which is kind of nice. I think you can change, yeah, you can change the perspective as well. I like being fairly close to the car though, because it fills the screen a little bit more. So if I get it, oh dear, what a terrible move that was. I was too busy trying to mess around with the bloody screen. So yeah, that's too far away for me. Yes, you can see a little bit further ahead, but nah, I kind of like being this close. It's feel the car a little bit more, and it's, yeah, I just like being a bit closer. Also like looking at the massive redness of the back of the car here. I like the look of the Vectra, you know, the old Vauxhall Vectra. It used to be a fairly popular car, like on our roads, like on British roads. And there's still a few of them kicking around, but not as many anymore compared to. I mean, I suppose it was, you know, like the modern day at the moment. I mean, sort of the popular cars at the moment, like the older cars, are probably like maybe the Peugeot, the 206, or perhaps the Ford Focus. Were maybe some of the older cars that are around at the moment. But the Vectra used to be like the old car that everybody had. It was a starter car for a lot of people. I mean, my starter car was a Peugeot. My first car was a little 206. But yeah, I remember seeing a lot of Vectras around when I was younger, and you know, younger sort of, you know, the late teenage years, early 20s, a lot of people used to drive them because they were cheap at the time because they were older. Similarly to like the Ford Escort, if anybody remembers that. Oh, God damn it! Fixed that one. Similarly to the Ford Escort, that was quite popular around when I was a kid. So yeah, things change. Cars evolve. You know, cars get old, cars break, and yeah, everybody switches to something else. I remember when my little Peugeot 206 went, it basically just everything started falling apart. But it was happening at a time where all of them were doing it because, you know, they were reaching the end of their lifespan. So it's just one of those things that you go through cycles like that. I'm constantly looking behind because I don't. Oh, because I keep doing shit like that. And I'm wasting a lot of time sorting this out. Flaming hell. Not good. I'm just constantly looking behind. I think in the end there, me looking behind too much actually forced me into that mistake. It made me make that error because I was too conscious of what was going on to see how close anybody was. But I think I actually have built up, or I was building up a bit of a lead, and I was probably doing okay before I made that mistake. Difficult to tell when you're in the race because, as I said, it doesn't tell you. But I do think that I had a bit of a lead there, and I've kind of blown it a little bit. You find out at the end of the race because depending on where you are, it tells you how far behind. We're actually coming up to lapping some people here. That's very surprising. I hardly ever used to lap anybody. Looks like a Peugeot and a Ford, as far as I can see. There's a great tussle here. Actually, there's a massive tussle. This is not what we want to be running into, because these guys are slow as hell, and they're taking up the whole track. That is not what I wanted to run into there, but I think we're probably past them. Yeah, I'll take that late, and I think that's probably sufficient. Yeah, the Ford is sort of catching back a bit there, but it doesn't matter. I still can't see anybody on the other side as I'm going past here, so I think I still do have a lead. Looks like I'm catching up with somebody else there as well. But that was a hell of a tussle at the back of the pack there. That was about 4 or 5 cars involved. Yeah, we're coming up to somebody else here. Hopefully they don't cause too many problems. Although I'm causing more problems for myself than anything else. This is the... car is this again? What car is that? Oh, he's being a pain in the ass. It's not the Volvo. The Volvo... Is it the other Vauxhall? I know there is... I think... Were there 2 Vauxhalls in this? I can't remember. This guy's being a pain in the ass, though. I mean, I know in Formula 1, if you're being lapped, you're supposed to pull over. You get 3 opportunities, don't you? I did just plough into the back of him there, and I'm quite surprised I didn't get a warning there either. I'm getting away with a lot of this. I can't remember what that white car is. I know just about all of them in this, but I can't remember what that one is. I might have to take a look at the end when it shows the classification. But we're on the final lap here, final few bends. I'm fairly confident that we have this one in the bag, which is an excellent start. Of course, we've got to do round 2, so we've got to do this all again here. It's about 20. Yeah, it's okay. So I'll do 1 round per video, I think. That's probably going to be okay. I could do 1 race per video, but it means that each one's going to be about 40, 45 minutes long. So I'd rather break it down a little bit into the rounds. Also makes it easier for when I name the videos, because I can just call this round 1. So, lovely. Okay, victory! Fantastic. Okay, what a great start that was. I was a little bit concerned in the first lap, and I did make a few mistakes, but apart from that, pretty okay. Let's see how... so we're actually 47 seconds ahead. We had a hell of a... oh, it's Menu, not West. Menu was the Renault driver. We actually had a massive lead. So the Honda, Volvo. So who did we lap? Peugeot... Oh, that looks like Audi to me. Vauxhall, Ford. I don't even know. That looks like Audi. Is that one of the Audis actually finished in 10th? You can't go back. That's the only problem. I can't actually see. So I need to look at that. What was it? Yeah, was it the other Vauxhall? Is the other Vauxhall white? Have I only got a red one or something? I have no idea. Am I the only one with the red Vauxhall? I'm not sure. I'm a little bit confused by that, but that's it for now, though. I'll look at that later. But that's it for now, so thanks ever so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that first episode. If you have, please subscribe, as I'm going to go through all of the circuits in the championship. And join me next time for more TOCA Touring Car Championship for some retro PS1 vintage-style gaming here with myself, Matt the Tomato. Thanks for watching, guys.